Here are 3 habits of highly vibrational people that make them successful. Habit 1: Knowing yourself. When things get hard, it's easy to get stuck feeling things like fear or anger. Picture these feelings as radio interference that messes up our happy signal. If you've been let down or hurt, it's natural to protect yourself by staying in an emotional shell. But here's the thing, staying stuck in these low feelings doesn't help, it holds you back. High vibe people get this. They don't just let their feelings carry them away, they're like masters of their own inside world. They can pause, step back, and look at how they're feeling. They're self-aware, noticing when they've gone into negative land. And they know how to get back to feeling clear. So, how do they do it? First, they drop the heavy stuff. Feelings like guilt, shame, or anger drag us down, keeping us stuck in feeling low. High vibe folks practice letting go of these feelings. They don't just hide them away. They admit them, deal with them, and then actively let them go. By doing this, they reach a middle ground emotionally. It's like a balanced place where they're not too excited or too down. This is big because it lets them step back from things they can't control. Being neutral doesn't mean not caring, it means knowing we can't control everything around us, but we can control how we react. To get and stay in this middle zone, high vibe folks use different ways to think. It could be through thinking quietly, talking to a higher power, or being really aware of what's going on. They take time to tune into how they're feeling inside. They watch their own thoughts and feelings, making changes when needed. When you can watch without freaking out, you get the power to change your life. Challenges become chances to grow and learn, not roadblocks. These folks don't just do this once or twice, it's a daily thing. Know that how you feel inside shapes how things are outside. Take time each day to check yourself, let go of what's not helping, and choose feelings that make you feel good. And remember, the power to live feeling good is already in you, you just have to use it. Habit 2: Knowing your why. When you have a strong reason, challenges become things you learn from, problems become lessons, and life turns into a bunch of chances instead of obstacles. Why? Because when your reason is really important, you can figure out how to deal with almost anything. People who vibrate on a high level are very sure about the point of their life. This sureness doesn't just make their own life better, it's like a magnet that brings lots of good things their way. But how do they do this? How do they find this important reason? It starts by asking yourself deep questions and thinking about things. They dig deep inside to know what really matters to them. Unlike those who just want attention, fame, or lots of stuff, high vibe people tie themselves to a reason that's bigger than just them. They usually want to make the world better, help people, and do things that really matter. When your reason comes from a place of love and giving, your life feels really full. This fullness is not just about having lots of stuff, it's about having a lot of joy, peace, love, and feeling satisfied. And this fullness doesn't stop with them. High vibe people can easily share with others. It's not about doing things for something back, it's about really caring. Imagine feeling so full of meaning and love that your normal way of being is to share. You not only make yourself feel good but also help those around you. In a world where many are only focused on what they don't have, like love or happiness, think about being the person who brings these good things into others' lives. That's what it means to live from a high vibe place. Also, living a life that's about a big purpose lets you rise above being all about yourself. Being too focused on yourself often makes you compare, be jealous, and always want more. High vibe people have figured out how to put their focus on what's important. It's not that they get rid of their self-focus, they just don't let it control what they do. Instead, they let their heart lead them, guided by a big idea that doesn't just make them happy but also makes everyone they meet happier. So how can you make this big change? Start by asking yourself tough questions. What really matters to you? What do you want to change in the world? What makes you really happy and proud? Let these answers guide what you do. Remember, the strongest push to do things comes from inside you. Getting things from outside, like prizes, is just a nice extra. Once you find your important reason, make it the most important thing in everything you do. Let it make your goals exciting, give you strength when things are hard, and make you feel really happy. As you match up with this big reason, you'll see that success doesn't just come to you, it runs towards you, ready to be part of your full and happy high vibe life. Habit 3. Being on track with your purpose. For people who have high energy, waking up isn't a task, it's an exciting experience. They don't keep snoozing because they can't wait to get out of bed and start the day. They're powered by a purpose that makes their soul shine. Why are they so full of energy? It's because they've gotten really good at being on track. They've linked together being aware of themselves, having a good reason, and having a clear goal. This trio puts them in a mental zone where they're so into what they're doing that time and space feel like they're not there. When they're in this zone, problems become interesting things to figure out, and chances to do good things seem to appear out of nowhere. Let's take a step back and see what being on track means here. It means having all parts of yourself, your thoughts, what you do, and how you feel, working together toward one big goal. When everything is on track, there's no rubbing, no unsure feelings, just a trip toward where you want to go. And the closer you get to being on track, the higher up you go in how aware you are. People who vibrate high don't just think about big things, they do big things. They're not scared by things they don't know, they're excited about them. To them, things they don't know aren't scary but a place where there could be a lot of good stuff. They know that good things don't happen when you only do things you're used to. Good things happen when you go out, take chances, and get used to things you didn't know before. Every brave step doesn't just make their lives better, it adds something special to the world around them. So, how can you get this special kind of being on track? Start by not listening to people who say you can't do something, both outside and inside your head. The world and sometimes even the people close to you might say bad things about your dreams. When you're on track, you learn to get above these bad thoughts. You listen to what you know inside and let your heart lead the way. Then, mix your purpose into every part of your life. Whether you're at your job, at home, or with people, let your purpose guide what you do and decide. When your everyday life matches what you really want, that's when you get into being on track without much effort. And remember, being on track isn't something that only happens once in a long time, it becomes your usual way of being. I hope these 3 main habits help you somehow. If you're still here, I'd really like your help. Share your thoughts and comments. Thanks for spending time on this. I hope your day is just great.